Namaste. Telugu varu mana Sakshi News ki swagatam. Welcome to our fun factor show. There is a proverb: the art is not in making money, but in keeping it. So sometimes it might be time-consuming and sometimes nerve-wracking process. So it would be always best to have financial advisors who can help us in planning for our financial future. That to college education in USA ante everyone knew that it cost a lot. So alanti college education kosam financial experts దగ్గర advice తీసుకుంటే everyone can save their savings. And today we have our guest Venkateswara VR Chinny, who is going to say about how to save and plan for college education. He is on a mission to empower families to achieve their financial goals through fiscal prudence and smart long-term investment strategies. And as a financial coach and licensed financial planner, he helps families and small business protect their financial assets while realizing their vision of success. Today, Mr. Chinny is a sought-after speaker and guest expert who has appeared on television, radio, and YouTube programs designed to simplify family finance. And ante kadandi, he is a recognized expert trusted for offering sound advice in every area of investment, like your personal finance aithe avvachu, life insurance, college expenses planning to health insurance varaku, and long-term care, final expenses, wills and trusts, and estate planning. Ila cheppuntu unte he has hosted more than 150 weekly educational seminars and live interactive webinars for thousands of US families. So let's welcome our guest. Namaste, VR Garu.
Namaste, Radhika. Thank you.
Hi. So, yeah, welcome to our show. How are you doing this evening today?
Doing good. Thank you so much for, this is a good opportunity for all the Sakshi TV viewers. And this evening we're going to be sharing some really good information for the parents. Thank you.
Right.
Thanks for inviting me to have, it's an honor for me to be here.
It's a pleasure. So obviously, as I told, earning is different and saving is obviously different. And that to college education in USA, there are many people who are interested to know how to save their amounts for this college education. So, okay, let's begin the program. And before that, let me tell our viewers. So, viewers, andru chustunar kada, kindana scroll out the numbers ki meer gaani call cheste, and meek evana questions unte ante how to save and when to start the savings for the college education alantivi, please do call and get the advice of Mr. VR. So, VR garu, asalu ee college education USA inta expensive avvadaniki oka ante generally when compared to other countries enduku ani meeru what do you say about that?
Yeah, this is very important aspect when we really want to talk about. But Radhika garu meeru first lo point baga chepparu, dani meeda koncham nenu cheppalanukuntunna. Meer annaru and it's like a meaning laga, making money is one aspect, but at the same time saving is also very important, especially for college education anedi. This is very important and very true. So manamu ee roju ikkada most of the families we are running after making money,
Right.
left and right. So but at the same time we're putting very less time to plan ourselves, for us. And there is also a kind of a saying, making money is important, but protecting whatever we have and planning properly is more important than making money.
Exactly, yeah.
This is very powerful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that. It's pretty important and interesting to know. And coming about talking about this college education, we are from a place, we know we are manamandram bharat desam nunchi vachamu, so we know how the college education, schooling ante enti, college education ante nidi oka different aspect lo nunchi ingoka kotta prapanchamloki vacham manam America ku vachinappudu. So we're kind of talking about first generation parents. We don't manaki ee college education system gurinchi anta ekkuva avagahana ledu. తెలుసుకుందామన్నా కానీ there is a lot of a generation gap ఉంది ఇక్కడ. ఇప్పుడు మన పిల్లలు కాలేజ్కి వెళ్ళిన పేరెంట్స్ కంటే దేర్ ఇస్ ఆల్వేస్ అ జనరేషన్ గ్యాప్. అండ్ దానితో పాటు మనకి ఇదంతా కొత్త. అసలు కాలేజ్ అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. కొంచెం మన భారతదేశంలో ఆలోచనలకి ఇక్కడ ఆలోచనలకు చూస్తే వెరీ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ ఆస్పెక్ట్ ఏంటంటే, భారతదేశంలో మనము ఎల్కేజీ యూకేజీ నుంచే మనం డబ్బులు దాచిపెట్టడం స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి. ఎందుకంటే అక్కడ మీకు అన్లెస్ I happen to be going to the public schools, so my parents didn't have to actually pay any penny for my schools, except for college. But here, if you're really talking about as of today in India, so parents actually has to start saving money, a lot of money, spend a lot of money even from the LKG to UKG. Right. And it gradually increases. So based on where they want to go, which college, it's not only college, right? Which country they want to go these days. I want to go for, do my MS in US. I want to do my MS in Australia or UK. We have so many options, right? But when it comes to coming back to costs, మనకి భారతదేశంలో ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి చిన్నపిల్లలప్పటి నుంచే తెలుసు. బట్ ఇక్కడ మన అదృష్టం ఏంటంటే, అమెరికాలో ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి యాక్చువల్గా ఇది అదృష్టం. ఎందుకో చెప్పగలరా మీరు ఎందుకు అదృష్టం అంటున్నాను? పేరెంట్స్ అమెరికాలో ఉన్న పేరెంట్స్ ఇక్కడ ఉండే వాళ్ళకి అదృష్టం అని చెప్పాను. ఎందుకు చెప్పగలరా?
ఎందుకు అంటే వాళ్ళే అక్కడి నుంచి ఇక్కడికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఇక్కడ సిస్టమ్ ముందు పేరెంట్స్ అలవాటు పడతారు. అండ్ ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ పిల్లలకి ఈజీ అవుతుంది. అంటే చిన్నప్పటి నుంచే వాళ్ళ కాలేజ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఏంటి, దేర్ విల్ బి ఎ గోల్. అంటే అక్కడ మనకి ఇండియాలో ఏంటంటే ఇంటర్మీడియట్ రాగానే ఎంపీసీయా బైపీసీయా or engineering or doctor, itla direct ga idu untundi. But here there are lot many options for children, like they have freedom also. So adanta pursue cheyadaniki parents obviously first వాళ్ళకి knowledge వస్తుంది, and పిల్లలకు కూడా అది lot of help. అక్కడ ఏంటంటే ఆప్షన్స్ మనకి ఉంటాయి కానీ మళ్ళీ స్కోప్ తక్కువ, జాబ్స్ ఇది తక్కువ. బట్ ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసరికి లక్కీ ఏంటంటే దిస్ ఇస్ అ ల్యాండ్ ఆఫ్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్, అండ్ ఆబ్వియస్లీ వి విల్ గెట్ ఏ ఫీల్డ్ ఎంచుకున్నా కూడా దానికి తగ్గ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ ఉంటాయి.
అది that is what I want to hear, that is what I really wanted to hear. First thing first, మనం అయ్యో అనుకునే బదులు ముందు మనం ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాము అంటే you are lucky. As a parent you are lucky, as a child you are so lucky. You have to see when would you say Radhika you are lucky or so lucky, because you got to compare, right? Compare చేయకపోతే అదంతే ఉంది. మనము అది బాగుంది తక్కువ ఉంది ఎక్కువ ఉంది అంటే కంపేర్ చేయాల్సిందే మనం, లేకపోతే చెప్పలేం కదా. సో అలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్స్ లో we are so lucky. The parents and generations are very lucky. And also even in terms of the money factor వస్తే, because of the fun factor show లో మనీ ఫ్యాక్టర్ వస్తే ఎలా ఉందంటే, ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ పుట్టిన పిల్లల పేరెంట్స్ కి ఫ్రమ్ కిండర్ గార్టెన్ నుంచి హై స్కూల్ వెళ్లేంత వరకు డబ్బు పెట్టకుండా చదువుకోవచ్చు. అదండి అసలు మనం చూడాలి వాల్యూ చూసిన తర్వాతే we have to see it. So ఏంటి, it's a free education.
And that too, quality education.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you wanted to go, some parents want to go to private school or whatever, but that's okay. But in general, it's a quality education, very systematic and free.
Right.
Until your child gets into high school and finishes high school. What an amazing opportunity. Compare చేసుకుందాం. జాగ్రత్తగా
ఆలోచించండి. అక్కడ మనకి పబ్లిక్ స్కూల్స్ ఉన్నాయి, అక్కడ మనకి అక్కడ పంపిస్తే ఫ్రీ అని చెప్పి అక్కడ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అసలు ఏమి మనకి అన్ఫార్చునేట్ అది. బట్
I mean that's sure. అది మన టాపిక్ కాదు కాబట్టి I don't want to do any comments on that, because that's what we are living through. It's a different situation. I mean, I don't mind actually talking on that topic if Sakshi TV invites me to that show also. I have my sayings to say. So now coming back to this thing, we're so lucky. The parents who are living in US is so lucky that you have a free education until your child turns high school, and that's where it starts. College education, that's where it starts. So it's like kind of the growth is exponential change. సో ఇన్ని సంవత్సరాలు మనం ఏమీ లేకుండా మన పిల్లలు చదువుకున్నది ఆటోమేటిక్ గా ఆల్ ఆఫ్ ఎ సడన్ దెన్ ద కాస్ట్ ఈస్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్ సో మచ్. కాలేజ్ నుంచి అది ఇంపార్టెంట్. మనం ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఉంది మనకి, బట్ కాస్ట్ ఉంది. బట్ హౌ డు వి ప్లాన్ స్మార్ట్? అందుకోసమే ఈ షో. ఇప్పుడు ఏంటంటే ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. సో మనం ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు కాలేజ్ కి మనకి ఆప్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఇన్ స్టేట్ కాలేజ్ అని ఉంది, ప్రైవేట్ స్కూల్స్, పబ్లిక్ కాలేజెస్ ఉన్నాయి, తర్వాత ఐవీ లీగ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో దెర్ ఆర్ సో మెనీ ఆప్షన్స్. బట్ ఈ మనం మరి 12 సంవత్సరాలు మనం ఫ్రీగా చదువుకుంటున్నాం కదా, మరి అలాంటప్పుడు పేరెంట్స్ 12 సంవత్సరాలు కూడా జాగ్రత్తగా కొంచెం కొంచెం దాచిపెట్టుకుంటుంటే అంత ఉండదు కదా. సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ వి సే ఈస్ కాలేజ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఈస్, వీ నో, మనం భారతీయులం కాదు, భారతదేశం నుంచి వచ్చాం కాబట్టి వీ నో ద వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్. ఇంకా మనకు అది చెప్పాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. Period, right? Yeah, value, it is very important, we know that. And at the same time, it is expensive. Here in US, college education is very expensive if you don't plan properly. Kind of saying very expensive, oh yeah, I have a $500,000 sitting in my account. No problem. That's not even an expensive situation for you. But we're not talking to only 1-2 people, right? We're talking in general. So it's an expensive situation for a family to plan for college education. And the understanding is, if you don't plan properly, మనం ప్రాపర్ గా ప్లాన్ చేసుకోలేకపోతే పిల్లల ఎడ్యుకేషన్ కి, we may get into a loan debt. లోన్ తీసుకో. సో అది అట్లా. తర్వాత ఇంకొకటి ఏంటంటే, ఈ కాస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద కాలేజ్ అనేది ఇట్స్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్ ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్.
ఆఫ్ కోర్స్, యా, అండ్ కాలేజ్ టు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ అది కూడా చాలా వేరియేషన్ ఉంది.
అది సో ఏంటంటే ఇన్ఫ్లేషన్ తో పాటు కాలేజ్ ఎక్స్పెన్సెస్ కూడా రేజ్ అవుతుంది. So ultimately what the thing is, you cannot get away from this situation, but you can plan properly. So mana pillalu, they are not going to go to college at one point of a time, but there is no, time actually runs very faster. So overall the situation choose the college education system choose the, you have a more freedom and you have a more option to choose from. It is all it actually is, you need to plan properly. And what is where as parents you don't know, chinna pillalu unnappudu you don't know where they are going to go to college, which college they're going to go, and what kind of the majors they're going to take, medicine or non-medicine or whatever, we don't know. But it is, as a parents, you need to start a plan properly so that you have something in hand.
So yeah, చాలా మంచి విషయం చెప్పారు. అయితే when to start saving for college education, అది అన్నది బేసిక్ థింగ్. చాలా మంది పేరెంట్స్ కి ఓకే ఇప్పుడే ఇంకా చాలా టైం ఉంది కదా అని అనుకుంటారు. అది మీరు ఏమైనా అడ్వైస్ ఇవ్వగలరా? when to start the exact saving?
Sure, yeah, definitely. It will be a surprising situation for everyone. ఎందుకు చెప్తున్నానంటే, based on our experiences, we've talked to so many families, we help so many families on financial planning. So ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ చెప్పే ముందు నేను how our parents are really typically thinking.
Okay.
When I talked to a mother of a 10-year-old child, as as a process of what we have, so we asked about so what kind of a plan you have for your child college education. What she said? She said, my child is only 10-year-old.
Okay, yeah, right.
My child is only 10-year-old. I have so many years to go. Why would I have to worry about now? She thinks, and I'm sure there are so many families out there, that the parents are thinking that they have a lot of time to save for college education. Okay. And she, if your child is an 8-year-old, or 10-year-old, you think you have 8 years, big 8 years to save money. And now coming back to the statistics, what the statistics are saying. So meer adugutunnatluga when to start saving, right? Very interesting. Are you ready, Radhika? So so what they're saying is, statistics are saying, if the baby is born today, okay, the baby is born today to parents,
okay,
just born today, that means the parents have 18 years to save money for the baby's college education, right?
Of course, yeah, that is
right.
One of the best options.
So you have 18 years, yeah, just baby is born. Now the statistics, the parents actually went and then asking about, hey, you know what, we really value education. We really wanted to plan properly for my baby. It's a college education. So we just wanted to find out, when should we start saving money for my baby's college education?
Okay.
And then the statistical expert said, yeah, this is absolutely awesome. Hey, by the way, congratulations, you got a newborn baby. Mm-hmm. And then he was kind of saying, yes, based on the statistics, what we are talking about, in the 10, 20, 30 years past. So you need to start saving money from today.
Oh, right.
So the baby, yeah.
Baby is born. Okay, yeah.
There you go. So that's what I said. Radhika, are you ready? So yeah. Yes. So that's what a lot of people, a lot of families and parents think that they have loads and loads of time to start saving money. Here is the one more kicker for you, Radhika. So yeah, that's okay. And then the parents have said that, yeah, that's fine, no problem. That's what we wanted anyways. We wanted to start, from today. They were so happy, the parents. And then the next question they asked, okay, so how much we should start saving money? Okay, we're okay to start saving money. And how much? Is it $10, $20, or $170, whatever it is? Radhika, can you have a guess how much they should start saving money? Just a wild guess. I'm not putting on you anything, just a wild guess.
Maybe if we take different plans, maybe like 200, like that, something like that. I don't know.
Sure. That's a nice guess. Yeah, absolutely. So this depends on where it is, right? We're only talking about the child is going to go to public school. Okay, the child is going to go to public school, not private, not Ivy League. Okay, so the statistics saying you need to start saving money from today, right? And then $500 per month. $500.
So depending upon the plan and everything, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not a depending of the plan. It is if your target is sending your child to public school. If you're planning to send your child to private school, it may be $700 or $900 per month.
Oh, so
it's very to the base.
Sending a child to a public school itself starts with basic 500.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh,
it's kind of I know. Yeah.
I was telling 200 based on this strategy only. Maybe sending to a public school might lower down the monthly saving. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, see, exactly. So that's where we are, Radhika. So we think as parents, I'm also one of them, right? So I'm not actually separating myself. So we're all in the same boat. But who do we know? How do we know? You only know when you talk. We only know when you have an intention to plan. You only will know the numbers when you're really seriously, sit and then, discuss with your, wife and husband and see what they want to do for the child and see how much they want to do it. If you have how many children you have? 1, 2, 3. So it depends on that. So yeah, but after all these, the statistics won't change. If you have a child going to school and you want to plan properly so that you don't have any extra surprises by the time they go to school, or you don't want to get into loan. So it's kind of an average the fund that you want to save is $500 per month. On an average.
Nice. So that's a good startup, I guess, for the right from the baby is born, we have to start saving. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now right, when to start saving money. That's what the whole idea is about.
Yes, right. So before going to our next topic, let me tell our viewers once again so Andaru చూస్తున్నారు కదా. ఈ సేవింగ్ అన్నది ఎప్పటి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి అన్నది, అండ్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ డిఫరెంట్ క్వశ్చన్స్, డెఫినెట్లీ ఇట్స్ రైట్ టైమ్ టు గివ్ ఎ కాల్ అండ్ గెట్ ఎ ప్రాపర్ అడ్వైస్. ఓకే, కమింగ్ బ్యాక్ టు అవర్ షో, విఆర్జీ, I heard there is 529 plan. What is that about? Can you explain?
Okay, that's a very interesting question, this one. Radhika, thank you. You got all interesting questions that you
about it, honestly.
Bringing it to me. This is good. It's all about numbers, right? When you're in the United States, you got all numbers. Well, letters and numbers, when I say. Even from the time that we got into this country, We started with numbers and letters.
Of course.
What is that? What is that, Radhika?
Numbers are obviously every dollar counts. That's what matters.
Yeah. Right. I don't want to put in one more this thing. I mean, when we started coming to this, thinking about coming to this country, these are all letters and numbers, right? We came to this country with H1B. That's a number.
Right.
So
okay.
When you start actually, all the numbers and letters. So when you start coming, we started with H1B and H4 and then 140, I-140, you know, right?
We're talking about
those numbers, right? Yeah. So this is the company. I mean, the whole country has their own kind of a designated numbers. So now, when you're really talking about finances and life and everything, when you're really talking about finances, there is a number called 401k.
Oh, 401. Right.
See, it's a number.
Yes.
So what is it for? It's all for retirement, right? There is a number for retirement. There is that number for the other thing. This is a number for this thing. Similarly, 529 is a number for college education. So that's where you really popularly look at it, because these are all kind of sometimes it are actually conjectured with the IRS codes, because for every the vehicle, they have some tax treatment, income tax treatment.
Okay.
So because again, I'm not a CPA, I cannot talk about that, but I can only give you general information. So whatever you have the knowledge about these numbers, that is only the knowledge I have it, because I'm not, but I'm a licensed financial professional. You talk about any finances, I have a license to talk about, I have a license to help you about. So let's talk about general numbers. Okay, 401k, 403b, IRA, traditional IRA, 529, right? So these are all the numbers. So this number is purely for college education purposes, So like the system the system is kind of set up like a 401k for retirement purposes. That means you have a 401k vehicle, then you actually start contributing to this 401k, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis. Then all the money that is accumulating, that you can use it for retirement.
Right. Yeah.
There are taxes, there are, this and that. So what is this all for? So it's all to encourage, encourage families. So they've introduced a 401k because, you're going to put this money so that this money is going to be enough for you by the time you retire. So I'm not that much encouraged. So then what they've done was, hey, you know what? If you put 5%, your employer is going to put 5% more. Oh, wow. Now it's good. I like it. That's awesome. Okay, let me put 5%. So I get 5% free money. That's not enough for some families. Then the IRS say, you know what? If you do contribute this money, whatever the money you're contributing, I'm not going to put you income tax on it. Whoa, wow, awesome. I love it. Okay, wow. Income tax. So see, these are all why actually the concept, this is all I'm sharing about a concept, Radhika, not that, I'm actually explaining you a kind of a technical understanding. I'm not at that level, right? I'm not a CPA. So this, as in general, bringing a discipline, bringing, a kind of understanding and value of retirement. So you have this benefit, you have this encouragement, you get a free money from your employer, so that you have enough money. So similar way, that's a 529 for college education.
So when do we need to plan for this? I mean, initiate this 529 plan. Like say, for example, 401, once we step into the job, employer is going to take care, and we are going to do that, put some amount. So when do we start to take up this 529 plan?
Yeah, these are all like a typical accounts, like a private accounts. So whenever you start, for example, in this typical family, just born baby, they started saving money, right? Then before they start saving money, they open a 529 account, like a 401k account. Then they started contributing the money into the 529 account.
Oh, again, it's the same. Baby is born, and again we start 529 plan. Okay.
Very simple. Very simple. And because of that, because the 529 is specifically for college education or education purposes, so they actually gave some kind of a benefits out of it. So the benefits, so you have some benefit from there. So the benefits is, it's a tax deferred growth. If you put the money into 529 account, if the money is growing, let's say you put $5,000 and then the money actually became $100,000. So you don't have to pay any income tax on the growth. As far as you use it for all the money is for college education purposes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
So you have a benefits. Yeah, you have a benefits of it. So it's so popular a vehicle for college education, and that's one of them is actually out there. But saying at the same time, a lot of families ask me, oh no, we web search for 529, we've got mixed understandings. There's a plus, there is a minus to it. So
right.
it's not a great plan. And yeah, I talked to my friend. He said, one friend said positive, one friend said negative. What is this? This is a 529 that's been there. Then when you Google, I didn't want to use Google. That's why I said web search. Yeah, it came up. So, so you search internet and you talk to your friends. So my advice, through my experience, my advice to all the viewers of this program, yes, you can get opinions from internet searches from your friends and close friends. But those inputs, you may not want to decide on what the internet saying, what your friends are saying. Internet says both sides. It says positive, it's a negative. And in your friends also little, you sometimes, Radhika, we have a close friend, right? And then you say, oh, my close friend, my buddy, he took this plan. I think I'm going to take that blindly. Please do not please do not actually exercise that way, because even though you are two close friends, your family situation may differ from your close friend's family situation. I'm just giving you a very a random example. Let's say your close friend has 3 children and you have only 1 child.
Yeah, right.
You think whatever the plan is working for a 3-year-old parent is going to work for you, or vice versa. But you both are close friends. So my kind of a request is, if you really wanted to plan properly, and it is always worth you actually work with a financial professional. So that is my wanting to say before I actually say about 529s, about I'll tell you about this is our general understanding. There is so much information to share with, but college education is not a simple thing. From outside, you said only college education, but when you actually get in, it's a huge ocean of itself.
Yeah, of course. I see that.
Yeah, so that's the kind of a thing I really want to say. In my kind of a look, thing, there is nothing perfect in the world, Radhika.
Yeah.
There is nothing perfect in the world. It's all about perspective. It is all about perspective, how you are seeing it.
And also everything deals with numbers. That is, I believe in that. Everything numbers. Yeah.
There you go. You have to kind of understand that, how, it may work for you. And that's what they were saying, right? I don't remember that. Someone's, trash is someone else's treasure. Is that how they say? Something similar to that. Yeah, that's what they say. But what we say then, is it a trash or is it trash?
Yeah, perspective matters. Exactly.
It's all about what it is. Yeah, please do have a calculated way of like you say, Radhika, numbers, right? That's what I'm saying. Please have a calculated way of looking at these things, all the options that are available for you, so you decide. Not that the internet's saying, not that your close friend is saying, or your friends are saying. No disrespect, but they do give you a valuable input to you, though. The internet gives you a valuable input. What should you consider when you're actually planning to have this plan? And your friends also share, hey, you know what? Yeah, I've done this one. But I think this is not how it is. Yeah, that's a good point for you, so that you make sure when you actually go through for your own family. So
yeah, sometimes while doing the financial planning and all, people might overlook. And okay, we will do next month. That next month will never come. That is for sure. I have seen a couple of friends like that, and of course, sometimes during very small things, people will neglect, and that will definitely give a huge impact in future. I can say that. Yeah.
Sure, Radhika, I hope all your friends are watching this. So hopefully. Wait for the positive response, or maybe some kind of,
Right.
So if it's a positive,
college test this year, yeah.
Yeah, Radhika, here is a deal for you. If it is a positive response from all your friends and contacts, take it. If it is not so positive, send them to me. I will actually give some information. Okay.
Oh, definitely. I'm going to
And
advise.
yeah, if any way that they're saying, hey, this is not needed, this is not good, whatever it is, either way, it's okay. I'm sure I'm able to actually give some information for them so that they have some insight. Yeah.
I would say financial advisor is or taking the advice is the best thing that anyone can do, because a lot of things will be rolling on our daily life. So definitely this college education thing is everyone has to concentrate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know there are much more topic that we can discuss. Okay. Can you tell, like, what are the other options to save for the college other than this 529 plan?
Yeah, so this is actually a very a trending as well as a burning situation in the community. You know, the parents go for it, and then they internet search, they see 529, they research on that, they find pluses and minuses, and then they get it up. Oh boy, it's not good for me, and then they stop it. Yeah. And by the time the child is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's how they become 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12. Still they're searching. Still they are researching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is what I really wanted to emphasize on this. You know, let's say Radhika. So if someone got some, not that cough thing, I don't want to get that cough situation because it's the COVID-19 situation, right? So let's talk about some other. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, let's say a tummy ache or something. You know, let's say this got some mild tummy ache, and then what do? You just do some home remedies or internet search and do these things, see if it goes away. It's not going away 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and what do? Radhika? Yeah. Stay, right? You just call your doctor.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it's time is running out. Yeah, time is running out. So I would exactly apply the same thing. If you have a child and you're planning for a college education, yeah, you got a good start. What do? You just internet search. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Then you got some questions, negatives, right? Then what do? You keep researching or you keep spending time. But your child is not holding. Your child is
growing. Yeah,
he's growing. So what do you do? So similar way where you go to a doctor after 4 or 5 days, what you need to do here is you need to talk to a financial professional.
Okay, yeah.
That is what, it's okay. What is there? What do we need it for our life? A family is for what? To take care of all the responsibilities and everything and have a beautiful life, and then maybe build a strong wealth, right? Then what is it actually stopping you to plan? Why are we actually procrastinating that? Oh yeah, I need to plan for my child college education. They're 10-year, 11-year, 12-year, 13-year-old now. What do you do now? So now we know that, okay, if the baby is born, you need to actually start saving money for $500 per month. Let's say now your child is 9-year-old. Imagine how much money you start saving money per month. Yeah. Not $500. It's not going to be enough. So maybe $800, $900.
That's a lot of money. Increased, obviously, yeah.
Yes. So that's what we're really talking about, But now you were asking me what other options we have, right? We have a dozen options. When you're just talking about a dozen options, it's not just one option, but only 529 is a popular plan out there. Okay. 529 plan is purely for college education. That's why they know, and you have some advantages and whatnot. And there is also another option called a prepaid plan. So the one that is a prepaid plan, how that prepaid plan works is, let's say if you're living in state of New Jersey or state of Florida. So now if you are visualizing that your child is going to go to some school in state of Florida only, like an in-state. If you are kind of visualizing that way, okay, my child is only going to go to Florida because I'm living in Florida. Okay, my child is going to go to in Florida only. Then also, and you think my child is only going to go to public schools only in Florida.
Yeah.
Then you can opt for prepaid plans. So prepaid plans, prepaid. It's like those days. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's one of them out there. So prepaid is something like, based on age and based on the selection and whatnot, some options, some criteria, they will tell you, hey, you know what, you pay per month on this much money and until, this many number of years and you're done. All the college and tuition expenses and everything is covered. Whether at that time of the college, the time that your child is going to go to school, even if it's more than what you paid for, we cover it for you. So like a prepaid.
Okay, so the other, yeah, you are saying the 529 plan is also prepaid. At the same time, I heard about other plans like Roth IRA or like a brokerage accounts, like custodial accounts. So,
yes,
mutual funds. I heard about all these things. Maybe
sure.
Can you explain about these as well?
Absolutely. So yeah, so every plan, like I was talking about, every plan has its own pluses and minuses, right? So 529 has its own pluses and minuses. Prepaid has its own plus and minus. So what is a prepaid plus and minus? Because it's a prepaid, you're only restricting to only the state where you are living. How do you know if your child is 3-year-old, it's 15 years to go to college, right? How do you know that in 15 years nothing is going to change and you still are going to live in Florida and then your child wanted to go to school in Florida? If you are sure. So that's kind of a downside of the prepaid plans. But there are some plans that state offer. If you're still wanting to go out of Florida, for example, I'm using Florida as an example. So okay, not that I live in Florida. So so there are some plans, you can use these funds for other states, but there's going to be some penalty or some other, fees, all those things. But the thing is, the overall understanding is the prepaid is for in-state plans and 529 is for anywhere in the country. You can, this account, the money that you're in, putting the money is in there. You can use it any college, is even a public or a private or Ivy League, it doesn't matter. So that's the thing, 529. But what are those kind of downsides are you have to use those funds for college education only. Let's say you have a $50,000 and then your child, got some kind of a scholarship or it didn't have to use that money. Then what do you do with that money? Right? Then you have to, if you're not using for other than education purpose, you have to pay income tax on the growth and you have to pay penalty, 10% penalty. So that's a downside of having a 529 plans. Yeah.
If they don't use college education.
Correct. Yeah. So there are so many variances out there, but the program may not be 1 hour may not be enough for us. So if any of the families would wanted to know more about it, without procrastinating. Yes, I am really sure. I am very serious. I wanting to find out all the options, and then I wanted to do something for my child. Then they can call our office, and then we should be able to help them. But I don't think we can actually explain. But I will cover as much as possible. What are the pluses and minuses. Yeah.
Right.
And the other plan, Radhika, you were asking about other plans. It's there's another plan similar to 529 is called a Coverdell education plan. So that's it exactly works like a similar to 529, but it's on the lower limits. Probably for those in average income family, they wanted to plan. That's another plan out there. And you also touched upon the custodial accounts, right? UGMBA, UTMBA. Yes, yeah, there are other options that you can use those accounts for. And you also have a gift of college programs or a U Promise. Sometimes you see U Promise, right? In those those are all itty bitty programs, but they are out there. What's your plan and whatnot. And you're also touched upon the important one, really good. At least you can leverage is called Roth IRA.
Yeah, Roth IRA.
Yes, you can. That IRA is a retirement account, right? People kind of see that it's a retirement account. Yeah, but how can I actually use this one, right? But see, these are the things. So these are alternative plans. You can say educational plans and what are the alternate plans, because those education plans may not work for me because so and so reasons. That is one of the reasons 529, Radhika. So you contribute your money, right? $500 per month, for example, in 529. Where does it go? Where does that money go? The money goes into the stock market. You can only put the money into stock markets like indexes or whatnot. Then what is happening in the stock market, you don't know. Unless you have a strong hold on the market, then what would happen? Statistics saying 98% of the people who does in the market, they lose money. Only 2% make money in stocks. So, but do you really want to, but not many families are, that's one of those downsides of people not comfortable putting the money in there. Well, I mean, my child is going to grow. It's guaranteed that my child is going to go to college, but can I guarantee that if I put the money in 529, can I guarantee that I make money? How? There is no, because the money is in stock markets, but you don't know. Yeah.
Right.
So, so those are some, ups and downs about each and every, option. So that's why there are some other alternative, for college education. For example, Roth IRA. Even the Roth IRA is for educational, retirement purposes, but there is a clause out there that you can, use the funds for educational purposes. There is some special clause there. But at least. Because, what was the one you're saying, Radhika?
No. At least we have the option for this with this IRA.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. And Roth IRA is one another example. And but there are again some limitations, and there are again downsides. So what do we say? So Roth IRA is not everyone is eligible. To contribute. Again, I'm not a CPA, but I can only read the numbers. That if a family's income is, I think, about 199K, annual family's income is above 199K. Please don't take me that number, please, Radhika. That they are not eligible to contribute Roth IRA. Now, let's say they are eligible. Okay, then how much money? Again, there is a limit. You can only put, I think, $5,500 or $6,000 per year. You can't put too much money in there. So there's a limited concept, because the concept of Roth IRA is pretty powerful. Maybe we can actually talk about income tax situations in another show. But a powerful concept is Roth IRA. I'll just give you 2 lines. What is the power behind the Roth IRA is the money that you contribute to Roth IRA is after you pay taxes. Let's say you have a Roth IRA account and you want to put $5,000, $10,000. The money that what you're putting is after you pay income tax.
Okay.
But and the money that you take out after your retirement, because Roth IRA is for retirement purposes. Yeah, when you take money out, whatever the money you made, all these retirement, during this journey, you don't have to pay income tax. That's a huge benefit. That means you put $10,000 in your account today after paying income tax. By the time that you retire, that $10,000 became $100,000, for example. It has to become more anyways. It cannot be same $10,000, right? Then when you take the money out from $100,000 money out, you don't have to pay any income tax. That's very powerful. Yeah. So that's what we're talking about. Roth IRA could be one option for you. Again, you need to assess your whole family finances about what is your goal and what's your target, and what's going on in the whole family right now in terms of the finances, and what are your other milestones. I call them as a big picture, Radhika. So sometimes families come with a small picture. I actually say I can help you with a small picture, but I would request you to listen and think about your big picture. A small picture may help to the temporary. It's like a patchwork, but it's not as a whole. You wanted to see your big picture. Your family, your children, your house, your money, your properties, and everything. What is this all for? What are you doing? Radhika? So that's what I really kind of go about. Again, Roth IRA has what is that, Radhika? So again, the money goes into the stock markets. Again, you have to be very good at stock markets. Otherwise, So that's one another vehicle, Radhika. And then last vehicle is that what I kind of see is people or families who can plan properly, but I'll tell you that anyways. The name is, the other alternative is life insurance.
Life insurance.
Yeah, you can leverage life insurance vehicle also to plan or to accumulate some money for college education purposes or retirement purposes.
That's interesting. Okay.
You have to be planned. You have to you have to have some time, sit with your financial professional, share with your all the big picture. Then you come up with some plan. Then you plan, you strategize. Then you should be able to leverage life insurance vehicle for this purpose.
So life insurance vehicle. That's an interesting thing to know. Okay. I mean, a lot of benefits with this Roth IRA thing. Of course, all the plans are beneficial depending upon the individual again. Yeah.
Correct. Yes. You got that point, Radhika. That's very, very, important. There are so many out there. We can't say this one is right. You cannot say this one is not so right.
Yeah, it depends upon individual.
Yeah, your family. It's all about you and your family. What do you really want to do? Don't see that, you may not want to see that your friend is actually going for a Roth IRA. You think it's going to work for you for Roth IRA? You may not even eligible for Roth IRA because you're making loads of money. Let's say, your friend is below 199K. That is why he is eligible, right? Then you say, no, I want Roth IRA. No, I want Roth IRA. My friend did it. How can it is possible? So I think this is Radhika, this is, I think, awesome. Sometimes I get ideas when you talk, right? So this is a classic example. It doesn't mean that it works for your friend. It doesn't mean that it will work because you're not even eligible for Roth IRA. What can you do now? So those are the things.
Alternate plan. Obviously.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you need a good spectrum of about. And life insurance also has its own pluses and minuses, right? So the pluses are whatever those minuses you're talking about, 529, whatever the minuses that the 529 has, or the prepaid has, or the Roth IRA has, all are plus now. So for example, 529, you have to use these funds for college education only, right? If you don't use, what happens? You're going to pay penalty, you're going to pay income tax. But if you use this life insurance vehicle, you don't have to, because there is no restriction that you have to use this money only for college education.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of evolves in. And then the life insurance, in terms of a taxation purposes, Radhika, whatever the Roth IRA we thought has a good one, like you pay income tax in the front, and then when you take the money out, you don't have to pay income tax, like a tax advantage, right? So life insurance vehicle also similar to Roth IRA. That means the money you're contributing to life insurance vehicle is after tax money. But when you actually take the money, use the money out, you can actually use it in a tax advantage way.
Okay.
So there are kind of pluses and minuses.
Yeah, I was about to ask the same question. Are there any income tax advantages and implications? I was about to ask the same question. Yeah, you got
very
it.
good. Yeah, I can recap. Yeah, thanks. I know you got a really very important points out there, but I may actually.
I was thinking while you're talking, I wanted to ask whether are there any, we have the implications or an income tax advantages. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can recap again. So I wanted to actually stress on this, because when you're really talking about, giving you options for families, I really wanted to give, this is our way of doing, things for providing services or solutions, Radhika. We provide education first before we provide any service or solution.
Right.
We want the family to understand what they are going to get in, without having clarity. Yeah, and especially the financial industry is so vast and huge. And the good thing is, in United States, the industry is very regulated. Financial industry is very regulated. So that means, at least it is on the consumer side that, you have a much kind of a protected. But still, even though you need to have your own due diligence, it's your family, right? You have to kind of understand what you want to do, right? So now the life insurance, what is the downside of having a life insurance vehicle? Right. So now let's I have to put somewhere, right, like a gray area, whatever it is. So the life insurance vehicle, because this is an alternative option. Okay, it's not a direct option for college education. That's one thing, right? We have to understand that. And what does that mean? That means you have to have a vehicle first called life insurance. That means you have to have a life insurance to protect your own family. That's your first basic requirement.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Shouldn't be actually using this life insurance without having a thought of life insurance. Oh no, I'm doing this one only for my college education. That may not. We wouldn't do that way. So that's what I really wanted to make sure you have the value. You want to see the big picture, right? That's one thing. And then because if you have a vehicle out there, life insurance vehicle, there is a cost around it, right? It's not free.
Right.
Not like you put the money in here and you get the money for college education. No, because there is a vehicle, life insurance vehicle, the companies are protecting you for $500,000, $1 million, $2 million, right? There is a cost around it. So there is a cost to it. And how the cost is determined? Cost is determined by the age of the person and the health condition of the person. The more old you are, the kind of conditions, health conditions you have, the premiums may be a little more than the healthy person. So that I may kind of call it as a negative downside, but maybe that may be a kind of, you can take that as an encouragement. It's as while you are young, have it, go for it. While you are young and while you are healthy, go for it, so that you have a vehicle and so that your premiums are lower and you have a more time to save for your child college education.
Right. A lot of people think, I'm still young, why do we need to take now? And maybe I can take sometime later. I mean, a lot of perceptions. There are people who think in this way.
Right. Yeah. There is so much, Radhika, I'm really glad and very happy that, the Sakshi TV and the Fun Factor invited me to share. This is an absolute, giving back to the community. In my side, in our side, we wanted to educate as many families as possible with a pure and clear education. So any family out there, they can actually call us and we will give the information as much as possible. Radhika?
You're doing a great job because as I already said, financial planning is the best thing that any individual can have, because based on that, lot of tensions will, obviously they'll be out of the head and they can relax, basically, I can say. So, so we spoke about when to start about college planning, and so we have the options. You already advised the options for college preparation. And so any other during this COVID-19 thing, college preparation during COVID-19 is going right now, right? So any advices for that?
Yes, that's very interesting. I don't know how much time we have here, because that's a topic. I think we got these two topics. Is like, when you have parents who have a 0 to 8 year old. Parents who have a 0 to 8 year old, they can practically still start saving money for the college education. So we learned, right? If the baby is born today, they have to start saving money, $500 per month. Okay, but this is the information they learn. But their child is already a 7-year-old. What can they do? Can they not? So we have some kind of a solution, so we can provide some way kind of going around. If you are still as of today, if your child is from 0 to 8 year old, still you have a greater chance that you can actually still plan for it. Okay, that's for saving for college education.
Right.
Okay, and then you may ask, hey, what about my son is 9-year-old now? It's all about the relativity, right? So why we say 8? because still you have a 10 more years to go for college. Your child is 8 years. That means you still have a 10 more years to go. So it's a good time to at least plan properly. Then if your child is 9-year-old, you only have a 9 years. So we cannot stretch, right? That's the whole idea. And the second part, what you're mentioning is, Radhika, so now this is for the parents who have high school going children. They pass that phase. Now high school going means this year or next year, they need to start preparing for the college. What subjects they have to take, and then what schools that they want to do. That journey I'm talking about. I don't know whether we have that much time for that. But since you kind of pointed out, and this is a kind of in context with the situation what we have outside COVID-19, which is a very unfortunate situation and a very challenging situation for the humanity, for the human race. And this is, Radhika, I always, we have our giving back to the community initiatives. We can talk about that in the next probably one of those times. But we do this thing. We actually see this is a very challenging situation. It's no joke out there. We have to look at the situation. We have to do our part. It's just not that we stay home and then just keep going. We have to kind of be part of that. And support the situation, because what is happening is we're all actually home, and then slowly some states actually relaxed their things and then started opening these businesses, and then again the graphs are growing up. Then what are we actually in general I'm talking about? There is so much. I'm not a doctor again, like I was not a CPA. I'm not a doctor, so I can't talk about it, but I can talk about in general, right? The graphs are growing. What can we do? So the minimum thing, Radhika, say is, please wash your hands. I know this is a boring statement, but it has its value, and I believe, and I'm sure how many people are really religiously following it.
Yeah, and with this phase 2 and all, people are going out, and I know everyone will be thinking, okay, I'm okay, but yeah, you never knew. Yeah, we have to be careful.
There you go. That is what very important. We are all very optimistic, right? We should be optimistic. We wanted to be positive. Hey, nothing is, I'm very defensive. I'm very safe. I'm very healthy. Nothing is going to happen to me. If everybody is thinking that way, that means, are we not doing it? Are we not wanting to actually follow these precautions? Not for your sake and for others' sake, not only for your sake. So please wash your hands. And then the important thing is it's religiously have to do it, because, without touching our nose, if we really reluctantly look at it, Radhika, we cannot stay longer without touching nose. And I'm telling you, in here, just to understand the public, I've seen so many TV programs, while they are talking about COVID-19 situation itself, they're touching their nose. I'm actually kind of trying to actually bring, we can't wait so long. Now the statistics saying there's going to be a bigger wave coming up. Can we afford that? What can we do? Yeah. So I really wanted to do that, this thing, Radhika. So please, do not touch your eyes and nose and mouth without washing your hands. Please.
Yeah, thank you once again for reminding and giving the advice here.
Yeah. Religiously, I would add this one. Radhika. Religiously, that is more important. Not just as a practice. Religiously, you have to practice. Otherwise, we won't be able to. It may take longer for us to get out of the situation. Well, we will definitely get out of the situation. We may take longer time. So, Radhika,
we have a caller in the last, we have 3 minutes to go. I think we have a caller.
Okay.
Hello? Okay. Yeah, I think it got cut. Anyway, very nice talking to you, and it's a great information that you have shared. And of course, financial planning is very important to every individual. And We'll continue with a lot of information in our next show. Thank you for being in our show, and thank you for all your valuable advices.
Thank you, Radhika. Thank you so much. And if any of viewers would like to contact us, we have the Facebook called the FinLitzy, Financial Literacy for Families. FinLitzy, you can Facebook, you can search for the Facebook, you should be able to contact us, or Sakshi TV, then we should be able to help any. Thank you so much, Radhika, for taking us in.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
So, చూసారు కదా ఈ ఫండ్ ఫ్యాక్టర్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ని. మీకు ఏమైనా అడ్వైజెస్ ఏమైనా కావాలంటే తప్పకుండా కాంటాక్ట్ చేయండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్. హ్యావ్ ఎ గ్రేట్ వీకెండ్.